And this is something no parent ever wants to hear. If you think he's going to die, then don't get on the plane. Those are chilling words aimed at Leanne Mandelbaum and her son Josh, who is allergic to peanuts, as they tried to board a flight in Denver. There are an estimated 15 million Americans with food allergies. 3 million are allergic to peanuts and other tree nuts. So how do you protect them in flight? Leanne and Josh join us now from New York. Thank you both for joining us very much.
Thank you.
So, Leanne, tell me what happened with Josh when you were in Denver. Tell me the story and also what you're advocating now.
The story was basically that I had asked for an announcement after there was another family near proximity to us that was allowing their children to throw peanuts up in the air on purpose, crush them, and point at my son and laugh. And I asked the airline to make a simple announcement, just identifying the row that we were in and to be careful around him. And they refused, and they said it was up to the individual flight crew, and they would ask the crew, and the crew said they didn't want to do it. There was no remedy offered to me. And the last manager I went through said in front of Josh, who was 8 at the time, if you think he's going to die, just don't get on the plane. And he became terrified and said, I don't want to die in the air, I'm only 8 years old, and became hysterical. So, you know, the problem with this, the only consistency amongst all the airlines as far as how they deal with a food allergy is inconsistency.
Okay,
they are consistently inconsistent.
Right. So first of all, what airline was this that you were trying to fly? And then are all airlines across the board, they don't necessarily acknowledge people who have allergies, or they do?
This was United. No, not all airlines do not acknowledge. WestJet in Canada has one of the best policies around. We only fly JetBlue here in the United States. They have a great policy. Delta makes announcements. American doesn't do anything.
And we see here, Delta refrains from serving peanuts when notified that there's a passenger who's allergic to peanuts. Southwest also recommends taking the earliest flight when possible for the plane to be the cleanest. American Airlines unable to provide nut-free buffer zones. So what are you fighting for, and have you gone to lawmakers about this?
Yes, in fact, I am part of a coalition of the 3 largest allergy groups in the United States, and we just had a bill, S. 1972, introduced in the Senate. It's a bipartisan bill, and it, amongst other things, it is asking for auto injectors, which are easy to use, to be supplied on planes, because believe it or not, there are these archaic vials that aren't even labeled. They're labeled for cardiac use, epinephrine, but there's no labeling for allergic use. So there have been cases where you have an emergency of someone eating a nut for the first time, and you know, the dosage is just unclear on what you would do for a pediatric patient.
Okay, I do want to play devil's advocate here, because the airlines are trying to balance a million things at once, and there are thousands of passengers every day. I want to play devil's advocate and say, why couldn't Josh just wear a mask and protect himself that day?
Well, he can, but there's the problem of contact. And peanut protein, for example, is very robust. It lasts up to 110 days. Kids put their hands in their mouths all the time. And it's a question of just being able to get on that plane early, wipe down. We are not asking, you know, for a ban. We are not asking for, you know, huge steps here. We're asking to be able to reduce the risk and make the environment safer. So that means being able to get on the plane early, wipe down exposure from people who sat there before, tell the people around us to be careful and not eat the product, and then let everybody live with their own moral compass around us. And then have the auto injector, because, and you know, the thing is, we're not asking to reinvent the wheel. Airlines already have to have epinephrine on board. We're just trying to bring them into the 21st century
and perhaps get some training as well.
Now, Joshua here, yes, himself can give himself the auto injector. So why shouldn't a flight attendant be trained in order to help him in case he passes out when he's an adult, or help that passenger that doesn't carry the auto injector because they don't know they have an allergy yet? Well,
Leanne, unfortunately, we're running out of time, but thank you, Josh. I'm sorry I couldn't get to a question with you, but we're glad that you're safe, and we appreciate you bringing awareness to this cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.